Hello, I'm Stephen Hough, and I'm here in New York this week to play Beethoven's fifth piano concerto, the Emperor, with the New York Philharmonic conducted by Alan Gilbert. It's a piece which I never tire of playing. I literally find that opening E-flat major chord thrilling. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Because it is just a major chord, but there's something about the vehemence of it, the confidence of Beethoven. Even talking about it, I'm feeling already a kind of welling up of enthusiasm for it. I find it impossible, and I hope it will always be like that, to be bored playing this. I've played it a lot over the years. It's a piece I learned as a student, and I've played it at different times with different orchestras, and I've been rethinking it very much over the last year, so I'm really thrilled to be playing it here, right in the center of New York. This fifth concerto starts with these arpeggios. It really starts with a cadence. It starts with the orchestra playing three chords, returning to the first chord at the end. And between those chords, the pianist improvises this cadenza. Pianists would begin concerts by improvising anyway. It was almost unheard of, I think, for any pianist to sit down and just start to play the piece that was about to be played. You would begin by playing a few chords, warming up a little bit. This is more than just warming up a bit, isn't it? In a way, it's like the pianist just takes over. And I think that's what, for me, is very special about this piece, as maybe the first romantic piano concerto. This is Beethoven striding across the whole stage. Soloist is central. It's interesting that Beethoven was originally thought of as a pianist and an improviser, and then later as a composer. When he first went to Vienna, he was much more famous as a pianist than he was as a composer. But then he started writing all this music for himself to play, and the first four concertos were very much written for him to perform. By the time we get to this concerto, he was beginning to be ill. He was losing his hearing, and in fact he didn't play the first performance of this concerto. So that's a sort of underlying tragedy, because I think you see it as the breakdown of someone's health. And Beethoven was obviously very aware of this. He was very frustrated by not just the hearing, but every other part of his body. He was a sick man in so many other ways. He had a body that did not help him out in life very much. And yet, it's the most affirmative piece. And to me, this is one of the things that makes Beethoven so great, is that despite all sorts of human suffering, you never feel self-pity in Beethoven. However much suffering, and he certainly takes us there. I mean, he takes us on a journey to his own suffering, and in fact, in a sense, opens up and explores our own suffering in that. We can feel an empathy with Beethoven there. But there's always a way out. There's always a positive outcome to that. And I think this piece is the sort of the big positive outcome from the personal experiences that he was going through at a very difficult time personally and also politically.